is the only way forward in the years to come. The two skills that the leaders need to build in order to be ready for future work are: number one, human intelligence quotient, HIQ. This is the ability to understand human behavior. Leaders of the future will need to have enhanced abilities to understand people at higher levels. For example, a leader needs to build the ability and agility to look beyond the face value of an employee behavior and instead investigate the psychology behind this behavior. Though this may seem easy, it is complex and needs both extra skill and knowledge. The universities in this sense will have to reinvent themselves to realize them, considering the student force as future employees. If an employee is perpetually arriving later than agreed, a leader with a high HIQ would investigate the situation, such as where does he travel from, how does he get to the work, and come up with creative ways to help the employee to the work early. This is similar to the learning disabilities of slow learner and the risk of failed teacher to mark it as useless case. It is here that teacher education has to be sensitized, and in my university, such exercises are being done to sensitize the teacher about learning behavior taken up from specialized NGOs working in these areas through our UGC Human Resource Development Center. HIQ is the superpower skill of next decade. In order to master human intelligence, leaders need to focus on a people-first perspective. Once again, to invoke the management guru, I quote, "Effective leadership is not about making speeches or being liked. Leadership is defined by results, not attributes," unquote. The people-first perspective means that leaders need to place the highest value on people over profits or over technology. There is a return on investment on the people-first approach. Research shows that worker-centric and client-centric, student-centric companies and universities, for that matter, any educational institution, increases its profits by 24% on average a year. It may be true, as Trent Frank says, and I quote, "We simply have never been able to predict what our next challenge will be." And most of the time, we do fall in such trap. An example would be a situation where a company is implementing a new technology. The primary question prior to starting up the project would be, how can we ensure that we have engaged all the people affected by this change of technology? Similarly, in making a policy decision in the university, the first question that comes to our mind, will people accept this change? This is so because human nature after a certain age tends to be status quoist, as I have already seen. Thus, included in HIQ is ability to build emotional mastery. Emotional mastery is beyond emotional intelligence. It includes being hyper-aware of one's own emotional range, the ability to override typical emotional reactions to high-pressure situations, and being able to choose and respond with emotional appropriateness. The second and the last of my presentation are the intuitive skills. Master leaders are often highly intuitive and able to read people and situations with clarity. The future of work skill needed by leaders to inspire and increase motivation of their teams requires this creativity of being moved by intuitive thinking and decision making. Intuitive creativity is a blend of heightened intuition with highly refined listening skills, along with the ability to link creative solutions to what is being intuitive. As a Vice Chancellor, this was always my challenge when pitted against a student strike or a teacher strike. There is a split in each person's behavior. One, as mere an individual, he is to cow down, but in a group, he follows the group pattern. This has to be measured intuitively. As technology innovation continues to infiltrate the workplace with artificial intelligence and automation, team leaders will need who are more human than ever before, as against the idea that mechanistic behavior would take care of everything. Creative intelligence is a future of work skill, but the master level of creative intelligence is linked to intuition and the ability to read what is not being said. A leader's willingness to have crucial conversations based on sensing the unspoken creates increased trust and engagement. The master future of the work leader is willing to hear the good, the bad, and the ugly from their team members in order to create workplace that is inclusive and encouraging. In Indian ethos, we have Ubhaya Kushalopari questions. Needless to say that globalization, technology have played a major role in changing the place of the work. In this changing scenario, identifying people with the right skill set, training them to become a good source for the company will be an important factor for the growth of any organization. Finally, the issues facing organizations are more complex than have ever been. Everything about work is changing. As Elon Musk puts it, and I quote,